All right. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the MAGA woman that accidentally ruined her life for Trump? I hope you are. Here we go.
I want to show you a video that's going very viral on the internet of a MAGA woman in Washington, D.C. being asked a question about Juneteenth, the federal holiday, and she gives the most egregious...
I mean, take one look at this lady. Like, you take one look at it, you're like, she's about to give the hottest, most racist take that you've ever seen in your life.
This out-of-pocket, disgusting rant that I have heard in a long time. And I want you to take a listen because it follows this continuing trend we see of the Republican Party.
Wait. I want to try and guess. Because I saw Dinesh D'Souza post this dumb shit the other day that said, out of all the slaves that were owned, Republicans only owned 100 slaves during slavery. George Boutwell would like to get your attention. You know, one of the founders of the original GOP. He would like to talk to you about his progressive policies. He would like to talk to you about his strongly democratic held values. And he would like to talk to you about how Republicans today are not the Republicans of the Civil War. I don't know how this is even a fucking hard... Like, do people just not understand history? Do people never read a fucking book? George Boutwell was a progressive person. He was one of the people that started the GOP. Republicans during the Civil War have absolutely zero connection to the Republicans of today, just like Democrats of the Civil War have absolutely zero connection to Democrats of today. I'm going to guess that's our argument because these fucking idiots love to make that one. I love to ask them too. I love to say, oh, how many Democrats have Confederate flags? Do you know who Nathan Bedford Forrest is? Do you know that he was one of the people that started the KKK? Yeah, he fought in the Confederacy. Fucking crazy, right? It's strange that the Confederates and the KKK are the connections between these people. It seems like there might be a plausible connection between the Republicans of today that support the Confederacy, that fly the Confederate flag, the KKK, and how you have no fucking idea how to read. Because if you could, you would know that there is no similarity between the Republicans of today and that Republican Party other than the name of their party. But that's probably a little too highbrow for these people.
And MAGA in general radicalizing on issues like this, on issues like the LGBTQ plus community. And it's really important to talk about these things so people are aware if they are voting for Republicans, what they're voting for. Because I would argue you're voting for this. You're voting for this declining approval of gay marriage, this hate against the LGBTQ plus community, going backwards in history is what you're voting for. Now, before we get into it, once again, my name is Chris Mowry. I'm filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. If you enjoy this type of content, the link to my YouTube channel will be in the description down below. You guys have shown so much love lately, and from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. We're trying to build something big going into 2026, 2028, and beyond. Uplift Gen Z voices and punch back against what I call MAGA media. It's a lot of the reason we lost the 2024 election. And so on this channel, we're trying to build something to compete and hopefully give us the ability to win in 2026 and 2028. And if you want to join this community, all you have to do is hit subscribe down below. All right, really quickly before we get into this video, let me show you Donald Trump's comments on Juneteenth. Trump criticizes non-working holidays on Juneteenth. You know, that day we were all waiting to see if the White House was going to...
Oh, is this what... Okay, all right. Well, he's going to hopefully get to the actual video because this shit also happened while I was on vacation. Why does... Like, how am I supposed to keep up with all this shit and take a day off, much less 5 days off? This is how dumb Trump supporters are. Trump's like, you know how you get that paid day off every year? Like, it's bad, actually. And Trump supporters are like, what? He's like, yeah, no, I don't know if you know this or not, but when the business is closed down, that means less money for me. Also for you. Also for you. Well, isn't it a paid holiday? No, it is, but it isn't. It just so you guys know. I mean, you might think it is, but it isn't. There's a lot of them. Have you guys seen I mean, there's still paid holidays, just I think there might be too many, and they're like, this guy, he does spit facts. I like that. You know what? There are too many paid holidays, guys. Fuck it. I don't need another paid day off. I need to be at work at the job that I hate going to. You know what? Let's fucking go, brother. Back to work. God damn it.
Say anything about this holiday. Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, was asked about this, and she was like, I haven't heard anything. She gave her bullshit answer. And then Trump finally, around 7 p.m. or so,
they buddy swapped Adam Mockler.
True Social account. Quote, too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every...
As a worker, I want to speak out in my own defense here. I would like more paid holidays, guys. 100%. If we could fucking... these are rookie numbers, okay? Rookie fucking numbers. We need to up the number of paid days off for people to... I'm going to go somewhere in the range of 2 to 3 months. That's what I'm going for. Those are real numbers. Those aren't Trump numbers. That's actually what I think could be good for me. So, fucking let's put that out there.
Once working day of the year. That makes no effing sense. It must change if we are going to make America great again. So that's what Donald Trump said.
Thank you for your attention to this matter.
About Juneteenth. That's it. Right. First of all, it's costing our country billions of dollars. I'm very sick of this notion that Donald Trump seems to care about spending, or Republicans care about the deficit, for example, as we try to pass a bill through the Senate right now. This big, beautiful bill that adds $3.8 trillion with a T to the deficit.
Yeah. He's like, y'all motherfuckers need to go back to work. I'm giving these rich people a bunch of tax breaks. You poor people, who do you think is going to pay for this?
Doge does nothing but ruin people's lives, doesn't actually create any savings, especially compared to $3.8 trillion. So, this is just garbage. But it's also interesting because that's Trump in 2025, right? That's what Trump said just a few days ago about this holiday. This is what Donald Trump said in 2020. Interesting. You see this radicalization of the party and how it moves. We all know that,
he's like, I made Juneteenth. I made it very famous, but I was like, no, you don't get a day off. Especially the blacks.
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him.
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up.
Donald Trump maybe Donald Trump really doesn't effing believe in anything, right? He just says whatever. He's a narcissist. He only cares about himself. He cares about power. But it's interesting that what he sees, at least in some aspect, what he sees as the keys to winning are this radicalization, these horrible racist remarks. And also, obviously, he is, a racist, right? So if we look at this, President Donald Trump is seeking to take credit for making Juneteenth, a day commemorating the end of slavery in the United States, quote, very famous after rescheduling his...
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
first rally since the start of the pandemic to
Made
avoid
it
further
famous,
criticism
guys.
for seeming to co-opt it. Trump told the Wall Street Journal that, quote, nobody had ever heard of it, the holiday, before he brought it up. Quote, this is him in 2020. I did something good. I made Juneteenth very famous, Trump said in reference to the rally date.
I did something good. It sounds like he's like somebody was like, you've never done anything good. And he's like, I did something good. I did a lot of good things. I came in, I said, wow, Juneteenth. Nobody knows about it, but it's very famous now, you know. It's very famous because I said, nobody knows about the Juneteenth, okay? But now they do.
Interview published Thursday. It is actually an important event, an important
blacks
time,
with
but
a hard
nobody
R.
had ever heard of it.
Damn.
So again,
Damn.
Trump in 2020, an important date. He made it famous. He takes all the credit.
Thank you, Nina, for the $4.99.
Thank
you, Nina.
Garbage. What a disgusting individual to just flip flop like this based on what's helpful to him. It's egregious. It's disgusting. Now let me bring you back here to this rant that this woman gave. This MAGA woman. Let's take a listen.
Back to the racist lady.
Excuse me. What's happening to the white people?
Hold on. Hold on, did she say what's happening to the white people?
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up.
Oh no! Did she say what's happening to the white people?
Here to this rant that this
Hold on,
woman did, this MAGA
no.
woman. Let's take a listen.
Excuse me. What's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America.
What? No. Oh my God, is this what this lady thinks about? Oh, fuck, man. Oh, fuck. Ma'am, as a white person, I'm doing okay. Just in case you're concerned about me, ma'am, I personally doing all right. You don't have to be concerned about my white ass.
What's happening to the white people? They have a Black...
Thank you for the $10, 5LR. Thank you for the $10. Oh, shit. Oh, hold on. I need a moment. What's happening to the white people? We can't call the cops when things happen. Oh. We're literally getting brown people snatched off the fucking street currently. Those poor white people. The poor white people. How far have things gone in this country, guys? White people, the most they can do nowadays is get brown people snatched off the street by people en masse, thrown into vehicles, and then deported from this country. I mean, how far have the white people fallen? Do we have no power anymore, guys? How much further are the black people gonna go? The brown people gonna go to take the power from white people? They almost have no power at all, guys. I mean, we definitely don't have an administration filled with white people. There are like no white people on TV. There are no white people in positions of power. No white people in oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, I just got an update. Actually, that's all fucking wrong. That's actually, there's white people on all of that in the... Oh, the part about white people getting brown people and black people snatched off the streets and deported, that's actually real. It seems like white people are doing okay.
Black Miss America. They have a black college. They have a black month. What do we have?
I don't know. White privilege? I think she's underestimating. She's underestimating a little bit. I mean, maybe she's selling this hard. Maybe she's got a point she's getting to. I'm just saying, as a white person, been pretty good. Just gonna throw that out there. Been pretty good. What is it? It's that Louis C.K. joke, right? Like, he's like, if I went to heaven, he's like, this is how you know that white privilege is a real thing. This is how you know being a male and misogyny is a real thing. He's like, if I died and I went to heaven, and he's like, we're going to reincarnate you. And he was like, okay, let's see. Do you want to be a man or a woman? Man, for sure. Oh, okay. Sure about that? Yeah, no, 100% a man. Do you, what race we talking here? You want to be Asian? No. You want to be African American? No. How about Mexican? No. You want to be white? Yeah. Okay. White male. You would like to be a white male. Is there anything else that anybody else picks? That was my own version of the joke. Go look it up.
Happening to the white people. They have a Black Miss America. They have a black college. They have a black month.
Wait, did she say a black couch? Hold on. One more time.
Happening to the white people. They have a Black Miss America. They have a black college. They
Is this reality? What the fuck was that? Did she say they have a black couch? Couch. Are there no white couches? Oh, is it college? College. That's what she said.
They
Okay.
have a black month. Excuse me. What's happening to the white people? They have a black Miss America. They have a black college.
Oh,
They have a black month.
cowage.
What do we have?
Cowage. Okay.
And now they have Juneteenth.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
okay.
I understand there was slavery. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
that's
there
good.
was also a
Solid.
Holocaust, and that was more recent.
Are we playing Oppression Olympics? Do we not talk about the Holocaust? Wait, is she Jewish? Is this some like Jewish on black crime that's happening right now? I think that like we should be able to handle both. It feels like we could also, I mean, we should throw the Native Americans in there. I mean, it feels like I think we already do that, right? Isn't it, don't also like for LGBT people, isn't that what Pride Month's about? Like, I thought we were doing a pretty good job of handling all these things. Is it too much? Is it too much for everybody to handle, guys? What the fuck is this lady's point?
Don't get me wrong. But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery. But you don't hear the Jews saying, gimme, 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 gimme. What's the point of Juneteenth? What is it?
Juneteenth. Juneteenth.
I don't know.
Ma'am? You might want to start with that. Okay. Before you go off on like some crazy shit about how white people don't have anything, you might want to start, guys, with what is Juneteenth? What is it about? I don't know. That's a good place to start. If you start with what is Juneteenth? I don't know. There's possibility that before you say a bunch of other dumb shit, somebody can jump in and save your racist ass. That's all I'm saying. Next time, let's start with what is Juneteenth? I don't know. Holy shit. God damn.
I love the poorly educated.
Okay. So,
He said, okay.
wow. What's happening to white people? Well, white people, specifically my demographic, right? I'm a straight white man in America. We've had like the most, every day is our day, right? We've had the most privilege in this country forever.
Yeah,
And so I'm going to
okay.
give her, and anyone else listening, the best response to this, which is a TikTok that I found by this creator, and he can perfectly explain it, especially relating to Charlie Kirk, also crying about the same.
Oh, dude, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, he needs more privilege, guys. Charlie Kirk needs more privilege. He's definitely not doing okay. He needs to know why all these black people getting shit, man. Why is this happening to Charlie Kirk? Why are they oppressing him so hard?
Same thing, saying, oh, Juneteenth. Doesn't matter. Charlie Kirk also
jump
previously
scare.
said that Trump made Juneteenth and it was so important. Charlie Kirk, all Republicans flip-flop on every issue. But let's listen to this creator essentially respond to the first moment.
Hey everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying Happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work.
Black Americans were enslaved for over 400.
Wait. Before we get into this, I'm sure this gentleman's about to say something really intelligent after that stupid fucking comment. Charlie Kirk's going to work because doesn't he own the fucking company? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. How are these people this stupid? There's the fucking lead poisoning. The fucking lead poisoning. This is the only way that I can fucking make this real. It's gotta be the lead poisoning. It's gotta be. There's nothing else that this could fucking possibly be. Holy fuck. He said, Juneteenth isn't a federal holiday. I'm on my way to work. I'm a cuck. For Donald Trump. I love it. I love it so much that when Daddy Trump says go to work, I get my ass in the car and drive to work, and you should too, you little bitches. God damn it. This is not fucking, it's not real. How can you watch something like that and think that that's a real fucking TikTok? Like, I mean, it is real TikTok, but how could you watch that shit and be like that? That's a human being that really believes this shit. It's got to be fucking trolling. But when I say that, I know that there's a fucking bunch of fucking Trump supporters that watch this shit, that see Charlie Kirk say that and go, yeah, man, exactly, like, you know, pretty much it's just weird how they, like, kind of convinced everybody, you know, the deep state, that that Juneteenth is real. So, like, you know, it's fucking weird, man. I'm just gonna, like, show up to my fucking factory job and just be like, fuck you, man. I'm not gonna fucking not go to work. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys do, too. Let's get together and make this shit happen. Come with me down to the factory. We'll fucking smoke some cigarettes and work like real fucking not lazy black people. God damn it! I'm gonna have a heart attack. My shit's just gonna give up. Thank you for the $10 5-alarm. I don't know how long ago that was. I've been ranting with my eyes at least halfway closed. Does Charlie work at Walmart? There's a possibility, KB. There's a possibility. Thank you for the $10 5-alarm. How about this? White people that hate Juneteenth lose it as a federal holiday and go to work, while black people get that day off. That's a fucking solid... You know what? I'm even for... Fuck it, everybody getting punished, even though I'm one that gets punished. Just so those of us that are logical human beings can point towards this shit and be like, you know what? Look, the dumb fucks that are Trump supporters lost a federal holiday for all white people while being assholes. So now a bunch of people get the day off, and a bunch of people that would like to have the day off don't get the day off because these dumb motherfuckers spoke for all of us. That's what I think. I think we should do, even though I will be forced to go to work on that. I'll just take a day off just for the fun of it. That'll be one of my sick days. God damn it. All right, we're going to let this young man speak.
Years, and when they were...
Everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying Happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work.
Black Americans were enslaved for over 400 years, and when they were finally freed, they didn't get the message right away. It took 2 more years for the last group in Texas to find out. And in that moment, Juneteenth marked the final enforcement of freedom. And you're saying...
This guy could have helped that lady with what it was about. Like, a lot of people... Well, I don't even think a lot of people know. Like... If you asked Donald Trump what the Emancipation Proclamation was, he'd be like, it was an emancipation and it was a proclamation. It was a proclamation of emancipation. Come on, Donald Trump can't say those 2 words. We know that he can't say both those words. But if he could, that's how he would say it. A lot of people don't know that was just like, that was him saying like, the slaves are freed, but in the real world, you know, not in Donald Trump's reality, saying something doesn't make it real. So, and the internet also didn't exist also at that time. So a lot of motherfuckers were just like, no, you ain't. In that exact dialect. No, you ain't. Like, there's at least a couple of slaves that are like, yo, so we heard about this Emancipation Proclamation. You know, we're going to dip the fuck out. See y'all later. Peace. And there's a couple white people that are like, no, you ain't. That's kind of... That's the point of why it's a holiday.
And that doesn't deserve a federal holiday? I know you're racist, Charlie Kirk, but come on. You're on your way to work, and that's cool. Black people worked for free for generations.
Right?
They built this country with their blood, sweat, and tears. Juneteenth isn't about a day off. It's about recognizing the struggle, the resilience.
Bro, I've seen enough Charlie Kirk. I know what Charlie Kirk would say. He'd be like, those people did not work for free, okay? They got paid in skills and labor, all right? At the end of the day, black people, they'd be so much worse off if it wasn't for slavery. That's what Charlie Kirk would say. I bet money on it. I'll put $1,000 right now on that would be Charlie Kirk's response to it.
And the strength and the freedom
What up,
that
Jay?
Black Americans had to fight for, and it was something they were never just given.
I love
If that makes
Tesla.
you and your white conservative base uncomfortable, then the issue isn't the holiday. It's y'all. It's y'all's lack of empathy, your lack of understanding, and your racism and bigotry.
Beautifully said, Kaysen. Beautifully said.
Very well said.
And again, there's the perfect response to this absolutely atrocious rant that we saw this woman go on. That white people are, where are they going? Really? Really? Again, go to therapy. This is just like...
White people, it's so bad. It's so
White
bad.
males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up.
I love the poorly educated.
Like lack of empathy. I don't know. It's like the fear maybe too. When
This is
privilege
somebody's auntie
starts
right
to
here,
become
too.
equality, it feels like oppression. This fear, and also again, this conservative media doesn't help. It's always like they're coming after you, they're doing this, and it creates this like fear where you're like, well, what's happening to me? Nothing. Nothing's happening to you.
Yeah, and that's like, I think that's my biggest problem with these people is like, not only are you fucking ruining it for everybody else, but you're actually literally ruining your own life. Like, you're literally ruining your own life because every day you think that things are just so bad. Like, all these immigrants are here, like, committing all these crimes. Like, all these people are out to get you. African Americans are stealing away from you because they have a fucking Black Miss America pageant, and because they have black colleges, or because they have Black History Month, or because they have Juneteenth. You think that like all takes from you, and the reality is it doesn't take from you when it uplifts society, when things make it better for others around you. So here's something I think that a lot of people on the right don't get that I think people on the left do, and that's why I prefer to hang around with left-wing people, is white people have an ability to rise up further and faster in our society, not due to something that they did or because of a sin that was committed on their behalf, but because of the sin of the father, right? Because of the history of America. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to debase yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and grovel at the feet of anybody that didn't come up with the same privilege as you. But what it does mean is that you should be supportive in other people getting the same privilege that you have, because when you support that for them, that enriches your own life. So even if you're just a selfish person, even if you just want things to be better for you, you should want things to be better for others. Because when things are better for others, society does better. I once asked somebody in chat, I said, talking about transgender bathrooms is just right-wing bait. We should stay away from it. We know that it's a moot point. We know what they would have to do to enforce something like transgender bathrooms, what it would take. So we should stay away from it. And then I caught myself saying that, and I said, wait, who am I to talk about this? And I said, I have people in my chat that are transgender. I said, if somebody here would like to speak on this, please let me know. Do you think it's a big problem? Should we be talking about this, or should we be talking about something else? And one of my subs said, you know what? What I would like you guys to be talking about is making the economy better, not about transgender bathrooms. Because when the economy is better, people are happier, and when people are happier, they hate less. That, like, in a nutshell, that is the best way to explain how to make things better in society. Not to just think of the self and the small issues, but to think about what betters society, what makes people in general happier, and then to recognize that that happiness influences your happiness. If Juneteenth has a positive impact on the Black community, I'm all for it. If Pride Month has a positive impact on the LGBT community, I'm all for it. And if NASCAR and rodeos make white people happy, I'm all for it. Because really, at the end of the day, instead of just living your life being scared of fucking everything and ruining not only your life, but everybody else's around you, you should give happiness a try. Just once. Don't be fearful of the other. Just give it a shot.
And so, I bring all that up to come to this issue in general.
They're making the frogs
point of this whole
gay.
video, which is this continuing radicalization of the Republican Party. Okay, this is a poll that I find very fascinating that came out just in the last 2 weeks. American views of the moral acceptability of same-sex relation. Regardless of whether or not you think it should be legal, for each one, please tell me whether you personally believe that in general it is morally acceptable or morally wrong. How about gay or lesbian?
Let me before he gets there, I'm gonna say for me, 100%. It's your life. I don't give two shits who you love, who you sleep with. As long as it's not fucking kids, man. Stay away from children. I got one rule. One rule. Stay away from the children. Like, you want to be gay? Go for it. You want to be lesbian? Go for it. You want to be trans? Go for it. Like, I support you. I don't care. I don't care. It's not my life to decide. It is morally acceptable because what is moral should be grounded on what is good for people. And what is good for people is them being allowed to love the person that they want to love without your fucking judgment. So it's morally acceptable.
Relations. And this is percent of morally acceptable by Democrats, independents, and Republicans from 2001 to 2025. Look at this graph.
No
wow.
Diddy.
So we have
no Diddy.
Democrats at 86% in 2025. Independents at 69%. U.S. adults total 64%, whether it's morally acceptable. And you see, first of all, just amongst U.S. adults, this drop from 71 down to 64.
That's so insane.
From 2022 to 2025.
So insane
that's pretty intense.
All.
Again, we're fighting for these issues constantly. And all of a sudden, on some of them,
that's
polling
insane.
are moving backwards. It's very, very scary and important to realize. Because again, got to fight back against a lot of stuff, raise awareness, know what you're voting for. And Republicans, this is what you're voting for. In 2022, is gay marriage morally acceptable? Is being gay morally acceptable? 56% say yes.
Jesus Christ.
And by 2025, that number's 38.
Damn, in
38%.
2001, it was 22 or something like that.
That's 3 years, if that. That is stunningly gross. That is disgusting. That is a 20-point drop-off.
That's fucking... Well, we're not back to
entering
2001 yet.
Who are further radicalized,
Damn.
and people in the party are becoming more hateful, more bigoted.
Oh my God, we are going
and again,
backwards.
these things have real consequences.
We're going backwards, guys.
It's not just about like what we see online or fighting. Like these are real human lives at stake. You know what I mean? And like when you see stuff like this, it's not only taking away the ability for fellow Americans to live their lives, love who they love, be who they want to be. It's causing real intense harm for these communities.
What's happening, Troy?
The LGBTQ plus community, as this hatred gets more intense.
Yeah, direct result of the groomer
the
smear.
percentage of hate crimes
100% Pinker.
goes up. They go out in public. They get yelled at.
Dude.
They, could potentially be the victim of a crime. They feel less comfortable doing X, Y, or Z, or living their life. And that is so tragic. Again, this country is supposed to be about...
Pretty fucking tragic.
Doesn't matter who you love. Doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter where you came from. We're all Americans, and we fight together. And so this is stunning and ridiculous and gross. We need to fight back against it. And that's why I advise you not to vote for Republicans and keep talking about these issues moving toward 2026 and 2028.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.